Well, good morning and happy Friday. We made it to another one. I came across this devotional this morning and certainly wanted to share it with you. I'm not sharing all of them with you every day anymore, but when I come across one that really makes a lot of sense and I think will make a lot of difference to you, I want to bring that to you. And it's about how to conquer your fears. And I know a lot of folks when we meet, they say, "Man, to be a success guy, you sure talk about fear and failure a lot." Well, well, the bottom line is those come up, and you have to conquer those things, or you're not going to be able to succeed because you're going to come to a crossroad where you're going to have difficulties, and you've got to either decide that you're going to break through that, or you're going to break down and make a U-turn and go back the other way. And really, fear is at that juncture, and faith is at that juncture. So you have to decide which one's going to rule. So how to conquer your fear was really important to me, and I'm going to back out of here so that you can see the full thing, and I'll catch you back here in a little bit. All right, well, let's get into it. It is in Psalm 27, 1 through 3. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the defense of my life. Whom shall I dread? And that's David, obviously, saying this. And when evildoers came upon me to devour my flesh, my adversaries and my enemies, they stumbled and fell. Though a host encamp against me, my heart will not fear. Though war arise against me, in spite of this, I shall be confident. All right. And Dr. Stanley is writing this morning, as you'll find it here in just a little bit, because he says, I've walked with the Lord for more than 7 decades now. So obviously that's not me speaking to you. Well, maybe not so obvious, but that it's not me. And he says, I have read the Bible from cover to cover, preached thousands of sermons, and written pages and pages of study material. But let me tell you, in spite of all that, sometimes I still get scared. And I know a lot of you think that we look up to our church leaders a lot of times, you're like, man, that guy's like a rock, But, we're all human and we all get scared. I think a lot about Billy Graham. I've always talked about, man, if that guy's going to heaven, where am I going to go? But we're all human and they all have fears and things in their life. But Dr. Stanley says, when fear begins to sink in, I pray harder, I study longer, and I read my Bible more closely. I decided long ago that I will not let apprehension stop me from doing what calls me to do. And I think that's very, very important there, that those last few words of what God calls me to do. A lot of you out there, fear and failure are coming up because you're not doing what God is calling you to do. So you need to look in the mirror and maybe do a little introspection and say, man, am I supposed to be doing this? And we've gone over that in the 5 days of you challenge of finding your purpose and finding really what you're supposed to be doing. So maybe that could be some of your issues. But he says, however, before I can take a stand against fear, I have to admit it is there. That's the key to conquering feelings of anxiety. And you've got to face your fears. You can't ignore them. You have to say, yes, they are here. He goes on to say, I imagine you on occasion may feel frightened too, whether of failure, ridicule, loneliness, or something else entirely. But there is no shame in admitting you're afraid. In the Psalms, in fact, King David makes this confession several times, and we'll see it. We'll go down here in Psalm 34:4, where it says, I can pop this up for you. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. And again, in Psalm 55:4-5, my heart is in anguish within me, and the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fear and trembling come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. And that's pretty serious stuff. It's all from King David. He had an incredible life, right? But his confessions are often wrapped in prayer, acknowledging the Lord's power over his fears and his enemies. And these are examples we can follow. That same power is available to you today. God wants to cast out the fear and doubt in your life. And the kicker here is, are you willing to go before him today and say, Lord, I'm afraid of? And there are my famous dots in this. And I would just say to you today in your journal, there is your task. Lord, I'm afraid of, and start listing those things, and then reach out to the Lord in prayer and get these things settled in your life so that He can start helping you. You know, we talk about accountability partners. We talk about putting it out there in the universe so other people can help you. But if we put it out there in prayer, I'm maybe we should be talking about betting here when we're talking about our devotion, but I'm betting that if you put it out there in prayer, that the Lord might actually send someone to you that can help you with some of those fears. So today, get out there, just humble yourself and say, Lord, yeah, I'm afraid of this, and put it in there and write it down so you can see it. Say it to yourself so you can hear it, and get all those visual, those audible cues going, and get this thing going for yourself. But anyway, that's something to think about for today and for the weekend. I'm going to be giving you a few more things to think about later in the day. We've got what am I calling today? 10 ways to adjust your focus. Let me see what I'm doing today. But we're doing 10 ways to adjust your focus at noon today, or somewhere around there. So be sure and join us for that. And then we'll probably have a few posts on that today too. But anyway, have a great Friday. Get to going. Yeah, I'm going to clean up before I do the thing this afternoon. So I know I got to do that. But anyway, have a great one. Get out there and make it a great Friday, and keep moving in the direction of your dreams. We'll talk to you later. Bye.